everybody, welcome to the video today. I'm going to be doing a real quick update. I'm going to keep this 10 minutes or less to go over the S&P, our good friend, S&P 500. We've been keeping an eye on SPY for a while now. I did a very thorough video on this, it was, Friday last week? If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you go and take a look at that. It's going to go through a lot of analysis on Elliott wave and many other things. So I'm going to start with my old count. Okay, my old count, which was not the one that I did on Friday from scratch. This is kind of like my primary count. It's pretty bullish. The other account that I did on Friday, it is a little bearish. I'm going to talk a little bit about both of them because they're slightly different. Both of them indicate that we're going to be pushing a little bit higher throughout the day today. We're approaching a resistance, a pretty significant resistance. So I want to talk a little bit about that and what it would take for us to push up and out. So let's go ahead and just get into the chart. That way we can take a look at it together here. All right, so we've got the chart. This is my old count. All right, my old count, which basically has it's got a nice channel. This is looking at an A, B, C correction. So basically, we're going from down here, this dominant pivot, to this dominant pivot, saying we've got 5 waves up. You can count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 waves up. We definitely have a correction here. We can all agree that this is an important correction. A, B, C. That's where I'm getting this channel from. And so far, we have stayed inside of this channel. So far, this has been good. This has been good. All right, so I've got some important pivots outlined here to the downside. Nonetheless, we are approaching this resistance up here. And again, we're still contained inside of this channel, which is why I'm continuing to look at it. That's why I'm continuing to trade this. Okay, so having said that, let's go down to an hourly chart and just take a look at the way things are resolving down here. All right, so what we had a nice little ABC right here. It is a little different than my count that I did on Friday, which I will discuss a little bit more. But I'm seeing that we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're working on the 5th. We're working on finishing this. But what I want to focus on is our important resistance level. Okay, because there's pretty important resistance here that we're trying to chew through. All right, so you can see it. It's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. We've got a high, which is going to be this guy right here. I'm going to try and tag him off. We've got lots of candle closures that are below this level right here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this down here. We're currently inside of it. Now, if we push above this, then I would say that we probably are going to push a little bit higher. I'm looking to get out of SPY somewhere near the top of this red box and just wait and see what happens. Okay, so we'll just wait and see what happens. Now, it's very possible that we just continue grinding and we push up and we start to make all-time highs. This count has us getting to all-time highs this week. All right, this week. So whether or not this thing actually does push up to the median, which is right now at about 34.40, I'm interested in stopping out on any shorts that I may be in. I'm interested in stopping out on those on the other side of 3,400. If you got a 4-hour close on the other side of 3,400, I would get out. Because once that happens, then we just don't know where things are going to land. Of course, we know that we've got our all-time high here at 33.9750. Or approximately 340 on SPY if you're looking at SPY, approximately. But we're still chewing in this area, right? When there were some people that were saying, no, we're going to be going down, and I was like, no, we're not done yet. We're not done yet, and here we are. We're back up. Okay, we're back up. So we've got a nice 5-wave impulse here. We've got A, B, C down. So let's just take a look at this and see if there is any confluence on this pivot to the downside. We hit the 50. All right, we hit the 50, and the target is 33.9750. I mean, literally, it is exactly that. It's exactly 33.9750. The negative 236 extension target is 33.9750. And what is that? That is time high on, or at least here on the E-mini futures, the S&P 500 E-mini futures, ES. That's where it lines up exactly. Okay, so it does not surprise me one bit that we're back up here, right? I am layering a little bit at a time into a short position, and I will stop loss if we get above 3,400. I mean, it's real tight, right? It's a real tight. I'm not talking about like an automatic stop. I'm talking about a manual stop. If we close a 4-hour candle above 33.9750, really I'm looking for a 4-hour close above 3,400. I'm out, right? I'm out, and I'm okay with that, right? For right now, this looks like it wants to continue to move up. It looks like it wants to push higher. We've been grinding up here. We had an attempted sell-off, right, guys? We had an attempted sell-off, and well, guess what? It did not follow through, right? So there's our attempted sell-off. It didn't follow through. It actually recovered and went higher. That is a sign of strength. All right. Now let's go take a look at our Algo City chart. I call this the Algo City chart because it just, it's just like one algo after another that just keeps hitting over and over and over. I mean, it was perfect. So I do expect us to get some resistance here and pull back, which is one of the reasons why I'm actually interested in shorting this, right? Pulling back to this level right here seems like it's probably going to happen. Then we push up, and we're looking at 3460, 3470, maybe even all the way up to 3500. But again, taking this based off of our trend-based fib extension, let me just go ahead and zoom in on this guide so I can get this this pivoted a lot easier. Pivoting from right down here. Let me just get that. Tag the bottom, tag the top, and we get the pullback. Okay, again, we look for the 175. Between the 1618 and the 175, well, the 175 we've almost hit. That is at 3389, right? We'll call it 3390, right? So 339, that's kind of where I'm looking at for significant resistance, all right? That's where I think we're going to pull back, right? We're going to pull back likely to a wave 4, which I've got this tagged off down there at basically 323 or 3230, because that is highly in confluence with this pivot up here, right? It doesn't overlap this wave 1, so we've got 1, 2, the 3, which I can't tell if we're actually done with the 3, which is why I've started layering a little bit. All right. If that's true, we should be seeing like a 1, 2, and then we should see some acceleration, right? So like right here, we had a 1, 2, then we had some acceleration, 3, 4, 5. All right. So we had that move down. Now, I don't see any acceleration down. If anything, I'm seeing him continue to move up, grinding up a little bit. All right. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be really hard to resolve this until we finally get a move in one direction. I'm starting to layer, and again, at 3,400, I'm probably going to stop out if we get a 4-hour above 3,400. I probably will stop loss if we get above 33.9750, to be completely honest. But the algo target to the upside is basically 33.90 or 339 on SPY if you're playing that. And then from there, I think we pull back. I think we do pull back. And what is our high probability target for a retracement on a wave 4? You guys should know this if you watched my video from Friday. I feel like that that guy on the commercials where he's talking about his video lessons. Now, if we hit the high already, right, and we don't make a new high, we're still looking 32.30, right? We're looking at the 382. Now, if we do happen to get up to 3,400, like let's say we just pound 3,400 exactly, we're going to be looking for 32.40, right? 32.40. That would prevent any overlap with this, and it would be, it would be a really, really great place for us to come back to. I'll take the short down here any day. Okay, take the short, let it pull back here. I'm going to put the channel on this just real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and end it. I promised I would keep this short, so I'm going to try and hold true to that. I'm going to try and keep this video short today. What I want to do is I want to get that guy, take it off to, I'm going to fix this because it's not going to be perfect. Then we're going to pull back to this guy, right? Well, here, let me just do this. First, we're going to pull this guy. I need to get him up here on that wick, and then pull this guy down here to that wick. All right. Now, let's get down here, make sure I've got this guy. I did pretty good on him. Yeah, He's okay. I'm going to pull him down to that one right there. All right, and let's just see where we are channel-wise on where we could go with that. You know, it goes down quite a bit. It actually goes down below, which leads me to believe that there could be a sign of weakness if we do pull back that far, which you would expect that after a move like this. You would expect wave 5 to be weaker than wave 3. You would expect wave 3 to be the strongest wave. So if we do pull back a little bit, yeah, I can totally see this happening. I can see this working out. It probably will take some time. So when we do realize that target of 3,500, I mean, honestly, let's just say we do make this move up here. Well, here, let me just redraw this, because this actually seems like it could be better based on the timing of it all. So let's say we do make a little push up here. We don't make it all the way up here, right? But then we see a nice A, B, C, a grind, and then we can see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So if we saw that, that would take us out of the channel, which is a sign of weakness. Then we see a retest of the lower, and then we fall. Okay, so even though this is this is the more bearish count compared to the other one, this one has us going back down to complete a retrace of this entire move. Okay, whereas the other chart, which I'll be honest, I'm not in favor of this one so much anymore, because it has us going so much higher. Now that can obviously happen. We can go higher, but we're talking about this going all the way up to 3,700, maybe even higher. Basically, it's putting us inside of an expanded flat scenario, which would still have us going much, much lower, basically reaching these lows. I don't know if that's going to happen yet. Probably it's going to take some time for this to work itself out. I mean, we're talking like next year, 2 years from now, right? So this is going to take some time to resolve. I do think that something like this can happen. What I'm not sure of is what the immediate count is going to look like. Once we finally do see a pivot, then we'll have a clearer indication of where things are going to go, especially once we start seeing pullbacks on the pivot. Right, so if we start to accelerate to the downside, let's see how far up we go, and then we can determine how much farther down we're going to go, right? Just like this guy right here. All right, let me actually do this on the other chart because it's a little cleaner. Just like we did over here on this chart, we pulled up, we had a pullback, now we can see how high we're going to go, how high we want to go, right? Same thing with this guy right here, up, down, we go to the 175, we hit the 175. All right, once we hit the 175, we go down to the 382. We came down to the 382, okay? Then we go up and down. All right, so now we're going to go to the 175. We're almost there, right? Once we do pivot, then we expect it to come down to the 382, which if we get to 3,400, the pivot's going to be here at 3,240. Then from there, we go for the algo target to the upside at a minimum, which is going to be 3,498, or we'll just call it 350 on SPY. All right, guys, that's all I got for you right now. This is my thoughts, my opinions on the market. If you want access to our Discord server, throw in a comment in the YouTube chat. I'll be more than happy to get an invite code out to you. And if this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And of course, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, a good night.